This Good Morning Northwest Morning Sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Your time is now 6:53. Time to get you ready to take on your Monday in the morning sprint.
Keith Oso live in Indianapolis, chasing history with the Zags, and Destiny Richards is on the path forward with the Cottage Cafe in Spokane Valley this morning.
Plus, Olivia Roberts is tracking power outages throughout the region. But first, we want to get to Mark Peterson with what we can expect following the latest windstorm.
We will see a continuation of wind in your first alert weather, and that weather app is available to you. It's free of charge. 28. Your car wash forecast. It's the yellow light today because of the wind. It's going to be sunny. We're going to have mostly, if not sunny conditions, Tuesday and Wednesday, warming 52 and then 60. That wind continues to die down into the afternoon, and that's going to be the good news for today.
Some breaking news this morning. We're learning Intrado Communications customers in Spokane County may not be able to call 911 right now. If you are experiencing any delays or are unable to dial 911, you should call Crime Check at 456-2233. I've also been keeping an eye on power outages throughout the region all morning, and the number is steadily going down. Most of the remaining outages are reported in North Idaho. More than 4,100 Avista customers are without power. More than 800 Kootenai Electric customers are waking up in the dark. And at last check, about 500 Inland Power customers are in the same boat this morning. Crews are doing their best to get to these outages as quickly as possible. If you haven't already, you can call one of these numbers right now to report an outage where you live.
Well, one man in Northwest Spokane narrowly escaped windstorm damage back in January, but he didn't have that kind of luck this time around. Terry Mellon was sitting inside his home when he heard some cracking and then a boom. Turns out the tree in his neighbor's yard snapped and fell into his backyard right on top of his pickup truck. A tree fell in his front yard during January's windstorm, but didn't damage anything.
What it is, and you just deal with it, but it's just kind of like you never know. You just never know.
Now, Mellon also lost power. He wasn't sure when it would be flipped back on, but he'll take it upon himself to clean up that mess this morning.
Remember how many trees fell in Comstock Park in January's windstorm? Well, take a look at the damage there from yesterday's high winds. Well, not nearly as bad with just one tree falling, but there is still potential for more trees to tumble as the winds can weaken root systems. So it's a good idea to stay out of the park until officials can better assess the situation. Nashville's mayor declared a local state of emergency as floodwaters killed 4 people this weekend. All 4 victims were driving when they drowned. Nashville is hoping to get state and federal resources to help recover from the flooding. More than 100 people had to be rescued from fast rising waters.
The Gonzaga Bulldogs now just 3 wins away from history as they head back to the Elite 8 for the 4th time in the last 6 years. Their next game, the USC Trojans, a very hot team out of the Pac-12. The game will tip off tomorrow here at Lucas Oil Stadium at 4:15. If you want to hear from the Zags today, their press conference leading into their game with the Trojans will be at 11:15. We'll be streaming it live on KXLY.com and, of course, our Facebook page as Gonzaga continues to chase history.
Cottage Cafe in Spokane Valley is open again under Phase 3. They reopened last week, so if you didn't have a chance to try them, you can try them today in just a couple of minutes. They're open from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. every single day, and they're serving from their breakfast menu right now. But the Cozy Cottage Cafe is open again for dine-in and takeout. Just go to our website, KXLY.com, for more information.
Serial killer Joseph Duncan is dead. He died from a brain tumor at an Indiana hospital early Sunday morning. He killed at least 5 people, possibly 2 others. His most notorious crime happened just outside of Coeur d'Alene in 2005. Duncan killed Brenda Groney, Slade Groney, and Mark McKenzie in their home near Wolf Lodge, specifically so that he could kidnap 8-year-old Shasta Groney and her 9-year-old brother Dylan. You can read all of our coverage of Duncan and his crimes on KXLY.com.
Well, the trial of Derek Chauvin is set to begin this morning. The former Minneapolis police officer is charged with killing George Floyd last Memorial Day. He now faces manslaughter, 2nd and 3rd degree murder charges. He pleaded not guilty to all of them. And this morning, the jury will begin listening to opening statements. The city's mayor says there will be heightened security throughout the entire trial.
Breaking news out of the Suez Canal. That giant container ship stuck for nearly a week is now free. The 1,300-foot-long cargo ship ran aground last Tuesday, jamming diagonally along a narrow stretch of the canal. After several failed dredging attempts, rescue teams and tugboats finally moved the boat from its stuck position. Hundreds of ships are still waiting to cross through the canal. Officials say it could take days to clear the backlog. We will be back after a quick break with the last check of your forecast.